was just kept DCing me and everything, so I decided not to deal with it anymore. Just flat out, just not even deal with it. Right, get some pretty. So, yeah. I'm not even going to deal with that and just go to good old YouTube. So, I'm trying to do this unexpected symbol, okay? Public, yeah, get, set, auto property, okay? And this is a property. This should work fine. Get, set. It's the same thing here. We're doing the same thing. Get and set. Why are you being a butthead? Why are you red? You're lying! You're lying! That's what it is. You're lying to me. You're lying! No, you're not lying. Phrasing error. What did... Okay, that is being there. Okay. Huh? I'm confused. I mean... Wait, did I not name it? That's what it is. Okay, I never named it. Alright. Woo! Yeah, I'll tell you. That was it. What I will probably do... Yeah, we probably should. It's better practice anyway. So, what I'm thinking is, like manager, like stats, okay, and this be definitely private and non-accessible because we don't need anybody to mess with it. And down here, we're going to make it not an auto property. Like so. We are going to make it do stuff. Okay? Because it could come a time where I need it to do stuff. Protected set. Yeah, definitely a protected set. Because we never want other stuff to do something about this. And I'm pretty sure I do not have to give it a getter. I mean a setter at all. I think I can just get away with just a returning value, a getter. No set value. I don't even have to write it, I believe. Return life states. Okay, so we don't have to have any of that garbage right there. So it's a game state, so definitely something we have to adjust. We have to adjust some stuff, and that's fine. Don't need player there. Health. We used to reference something in the start from our weapon system, which is false now. We are referencing it from our game state. Game state dot lives. Okay. So that gives us our getter, which is really nice, you know. So that changes that. Gives us our effects that we want. Okay. In our life manager, we change that. Okay. So in our weapon system thing, we no longer need this to be here because we just shouldn't. Okay. So yeah, we're not going to need that. And actually, are we going to be doing this logic here? And actually, believe it or not, I don't think I'm going to do the take damage logic here anymore. Well, yeah. I just might. Actually, in our life manager, we have respawn, we have death player. Well, actually, I kind of like the idea of doing the damage on this side. So we'll have another public float because we're going to do damage, damaging. That requires some stuff. We're going to need a float, player health, and then we need another float, damage. Wow, that was great spelling. And, well, actually, yeah. So we need 2 of those, and that does our thing. And what's going to happen is it's going to return a float. So our player health minus equals damage. Okay. And we return player health. So instead of having it do all that stuff here, we are just going to pass it into our death management. Okay, it's our life manager. Why don't it do all the math for us? So one script does all the math for us. So health point will equal our life, and it requires some stuff. Is it our life? Yeah, our life our life dot damage you. Okay, so it's expecting floats and stuff, and then it does our return types. Okay, so our player health will be health points, and our damage would be the damage. Okay, and we close this up, and there we go. So all of our death and math and all that stuff is being taken care of by a function in our life manager. Okay, but we do have this damage type stuff that is going to do everything that we need for that. But here's the thing. To do the destroy player and stuff and instantiate a ragdoll, we have to know what our actual life is. And this is just doing a return type. So we cannot move this logic the way it sits in there unless we change some stuff. Which we could do. Don't get me wrong. We could pass in a parameter of a game object, which may be a good idea. Okay? So, to shortcut a lot of problems that we might need, we are going to require a game object. Call it actor. Why not call it actor, right? So we're going to do a check-in. If player health we shouldn't actually call it health. We should call it probably just health. Okay? But we called it player, so equals no, is less than or equal to 0. Then we do this logic. Okay? Which is going to be our death effect. Which we no longer have a model being passed in. Which is kind of sucky. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we may just have to bite the dirt and not have that type of functionality anymore. But we have a null that we can possibly pull in. So what I'm talking about is this game model thing. We don't explicitly have to do something like that right there. Okay, what we can do is go dead player and have the function do something. It will be our actor, okay, and then pass in null, okay. And because we have a check-in here, that if the death model does not equal null, it will not instantiate anything. So it will logically work that way. Okay? It doesn't require it, as in require it. But it actually does. We cannot just pass in null. Okay, and that's what I was afraid of. See, that's one reason why in my other thing on Twitch, I explicitly put it null. Okay? So now when I do the compiling and stuff, it's going to not require the game object to be there, or death model itself. Okay? This method takes 2 arguments? What? Are you freaking serious? No, it No, 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 no. I put it null. It should not require that at all. I should be able to put null in there, and it would be fine. This thing's being stupid. No, I'm not going to take that you explicitly have to have. Oh, okay. Well, that's legit. Health damage. Okay. Ooh, wait. Yeah, the actor. Okay. So we need our player actor. Okay. So that'll be this dot transform dot root dot game object. I know it's a hairy little line and everything else, but yeah. So we no longer have to worry about this functionality right here. Now, there's an issue with it, yes. Okay. There's an issue with it. I'm not going to lie. There is. But the issue is very minimal when it comes to the problem that we can invoke in ourselves. Okay. And what I'm talking about is simply this. We have or damaging logic there. Okay. And it does all that it needs to. And that's fine. But the problem is when we're still bleeding in our coroutine stuff, it will still do our like death stuff. So we're still going to have an issue with that. Because it's a repeating invoke thing. So, and what I mean by this is this will run one time. But if it, yeah, it'll run one time and everything. But we're having the problem. This is a repeating thing. Okay, it will repeat infinite amount of times. Well, we need to do checks and make sure that our death is happening the way it's supposed to, which is a problem because we will just keep bleeding out, bleeding out, and bleeding out, and our health will actually go below 0 and it will not do anything. And that is exactly the reason why I did the null exception thing. So what I mean by this null exception is our player death, okay, it does one specific thing. It does our death. And we have a null on our death model explicitly, and then we do this check. And that's great and all, you know, things. But when it comes down to it, we need to make sure and force our player to do something. Which, you know, getting the damage and all that, and returning health, that's great and all, but what happens when he bleeds out, you know, and things. So in our health, we're and I closed it. I suck. Health. Okay. So in our health here with our bleed effect, we are still going to do our life, our if state. If health points is less than or equal to 0, we will still do a function of our death model. And this time, we are definitely, well, we could pass it actually. Yeah, I'm gonna pass the death model in. Okay. Really? Oh, it's called Ragdoll. That's what it's called. No wonder I couldn't find it. I was like, what? And this is a game object. Okay. So, yeah. Definitely going to do that. Now, I could. I actually could make this a lot easier on ourselves. And it will happen in. Actually, you could skip a frame and miss it. Actually, yeah, I think I will. So instead of doing that and putting the ragdoll in here, okay, we can call up that function from our light manager or death player, okay, which is perfectly easy to do because our health script is a mono behavior. It will do everything in its power to do mono stuff, right? Because that's its job. So it has a really cool thing that is a void on disable. And on disable, most of the time we'll only do one specific thing. And in this case, we only needed to do one specific thing. So in our life manager, we have it disable and it doesn't do our death model stuff unless it's passed in, okay? Which is fine and everything. So in our health script, we're doing the damage and everything else. It will disable it right here if it is below health every time it takes damage. Well, the problem with that is it doesn't do that here. So if the health is below, we need it to do something as well. And we may want to object pull our player so he doesn't do that much loading or, save his weapons or a lot of other stuff. A lot of cool stuff. So what I'm thinking is we just tell it this dot transform dot root, make sure it's the root of the thing, dot game object dot set active, and explicitly put it false. Okay, explicitly put it false, and that's it for this function here. So this does the false, okay, and this does the false. Well, why would we do this? Well, on disable, anytime you disable the game object, this is called. So we have our death player. Awesome, right? And then it does its thing. Well, or respawn or whatever you want to call it. Well, on disable is awesome because we can go our life dot death player and we can put our player in here. This, I'm not writing all that again. Dot game object, because it's suspecting a game object. Now it wants a death model, which we can pass in null, but that would be dumb because we want the ragdoll to happen. So we do the ragdoll. Bam. On disable does all that ragdoll stuff. We don't have to worry at all. End of the story, blah. So, yeah. So our light manager will disable it if it becomes that. And because we can't do invoking statements and stuff like that in scriptable object like so, we had to put it in our health, which is a damage effect, which is fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And it's private. That's private. Our health action, we still haven't done anything with that yet. And that could be because we're going to do health pickups with that. So, yeah. So we've got damaging effects and stuff. That's cool. And we got a game state manager, which does some awesome stuff, by the way. We no longer are referencing silly stuff like life manager only exists one time. Awesome! Our player checkpoint thing does spawning of enemies or players depending on its tag. Right here, the value dot. We compare the tag and then we do our thing, which I don't have anything for the logic for the enemy yet, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay? So it'll spawn players where it needs to go. Okay, so compiler's doing its thing, and we've done a script. Games, not enemy spawner, you numbtard. We are going to be doing game state. Okay, we don't really have any public variables. It looks really empty and shy. Okay, so we have that, and that, and that. We are going to make this a serializable field. And the reason is cool, because I want this to be a private variable, but at this meantime, I want me to be able to deal with it in the inspector. So yeah, I really want this to be that way. So if we go back, oh, we are in Unity. Okay. Oh, crud. I don't want media player. I'm going to have to, you know what? I am going to. No, I'm not going to change that. Okay. So, for some reason, it's going and doing all that stuff. That I don't get. Okay. So we got our thing, but we have not built a scriptable object for this yet. So we definitely need to make something. So in our editor script, we're going to open this up. Okay. And we have our scriptable object for stuff, but we need some more stuff. Okay. And we go here. We don't actually have to make it an asset file, but we should. We should. Just do it. Just do it, man. Just do it. Just do it. So we're gonna put this as, we'll call life systems. Life systems. Okay, and it will do this, this, call it life major. And that should be it. Now, Unity did this last night, okay? where it was red, but check this out. I'll save all. It will not go to green. Alright. It's doing some dumb stuff. Okay. So we'll go over to Unity. Okay. And let it do its compiling stuff. And what do you want to bet? It has no errors whatsoever. It just wants to be red for no apparent reason. So no errors. Alright. So advanced scripting, we are going to build our life systems. Bam. Okay, so it built the life systems with no errors. No errors, no nothing. Okay, so we can turn it in here, and bam. That's it. So we go back over here. It's still red. Okay, it's still silly red. Code window. See? Still red. What a ridiculous bug. I mean, that tells me, like, this is wrong. This is wrong, recode it, and everything else. What a lie. Unity, you are such a liar today. What a liar, 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 liar. Pants on fire. So, yeah. So we have that now. So that's our life manager system. Great, awesome. So what are we going to do next? Well, we changed up our weapon system. Our input stayed the same because, you know, it's just inputs. No big deal, right? We can move all this logic for our buttons into the input system, but then I think it wouldn't be as modular, so kind of dumb. And how many buttons are you actually going to have in? It makes sense to actually have this attached to the weapon itself, the weapon script, because that's the only system that it needs to know that information from. I see no point and no benefit to actually move it into some other type of system. Okay? None. None whatsoever. So our life manager thing is doing what it's supposed to. It does all our death models and all that stuff. Awesome. Okay, so, and we go into our health class. Our health class is very minimal. I mean, it does practically nothing. Nothing. And that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Definitely awesome. So, what is going to be next? Well, I think what I'm going to do is now I think I'm going to go into our tower defense game and make it a lot more, let's say, segregated. Do exactly what I did in here. Do advanced scripting for the tower defense. And like clean up a lot of the code that's in there that doesn't need to actually be there. Get rid of some of the updates for units that don't have targets. Get rid of some of the collision problems possibly, or just get rid of collision altogether, because it's very easy to do. I mean, it's not hard. On collision enter, you just do that and that's it. And we have guns, debugging, and all that stuff. Yep, I'm actually very happy with how that turns. So we have that. And we would have this health script attached to anything now. And it's expecting the life manager, which will be filled in automatically. We don't have to fill that in at all. It will automatically do that from the start. or it will lie to me. Actually, Unity is hanging. Okay. Come on, Unity. Come on. Why do you hang like that really big time? I mean, it's not like there's an error or something. Okay. And there's not even anything actually running in Unity whatsoever. Okay, now I can't open the window. That's ridiculous. Come on, Unity, stop hanging. You gotta be kidding me. Seriously? Seriously? You're killing me, Unity. Okay, well, it's time to force quit then. Do. You guys are not gonna want to watch me sit there and try to load Unity in the background. So, yeah. We're going to force quit and restart Unity. Good old Unity. It's been doing that a lot lately, to be honest with you. It's kind of frustrating. It loads up quick though. I ain't gonna lie. It definitely loads up quick. So we've got no weapon systems that we need. And we should have our game state there. That's fine. Advanced scripting. Light manager. Okay, and that should be okay. I mean, I don't see it hanging doing that. I wouldn't think so. Oh, yeah, we got another manager thing that's on the canvas. Okay. Yep. Directional light. Nope. Nope. We don't need a camera. Okay, so we only got 2 scripts running. Shouldn't hang on that. Okay, so it does hang on UI button stuff. Weapon change does not exist. Oh, it's our okay, yeah, that's legit. But our game state shouldn't. What? Oh man, it corrupted my input system. That's crock. It corrupted my. What? Okay, it corrupted my. With force quitting and stuff like that, it corrupted my inputs. I don't have most of my inputs now. So I have to, just, wait, why does it say horizontal UI? I don't want horizontal UI. Or that. But I will take the other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to open up, no errors. Okay. So we have our rocket thing. What's missing behavior? Oh. For some reason, okay, I don't get this. This is not mine. I never put this in the scene. But for some stupid reason, it keeps putting it there. This, and this. Okay? I will save, and every once in a while... What? That's dumb. Why is that stuff there? Stuff that shouldn't exist. Makes no sense to me. But whatever. So we have our script here and everything. We have our game state manager, and I'm gonna put our health script on there. Well, it requires a light manager and then a ragdoll, okay, which is going to be our robot Kelly thing, because I really don't want to deal with, doing the whole model and everything. So in the beginning, this will be filled in for us, right? No exception thing. Health.start. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, that's the easiest thing to. The game state manager will always be there first and all that stuff. So player will spawn in later anyway. So this instantiates this, and then we just hit this, and it will grab its references. Okay, because the player will always what? That made no sense. Why? Oh, right. Because of my rigorously big time scripting and stuff for everything, I forgot to actually make it give the player health explicitly. He has no default health, so he's 0 right when he spawns in. And it's a private variable, so I can't change it. Right in the inspector. 100F. Okay, why are you red there? You're being dumb again. And that's going to be into a construct, thingy. Okay. What in the heck is up with this? Okay, this is a float. I put a float. Why are you being dumb? Okay, so advanced scripting health has a problem. Health points does not exist in this context. And it starts with right here in the beginning. Return health points, which is fine. It should be fine with that because health points does exist. I just gave it a default value. Oh no, health points does not exist. It's health point. Alright, I guess that's legit. Oof, I was like, what? That's just crazy, man. What the world, right? Okay, so I still have what? Really? Huh? 46? 46? What the? Huh? Oh, wait. Okay, that's what happened. I accidentally erased the S off there. That's why I got all those errors. Woo! Okay, I was starting to get worried there for a second. I was like, huh? What the heck? Right? That could have turned out really badly quickly. So, yeah. So, we have our weapon systems, okay, and our health, and it will act perfectly fine now. But our game state manager has to be default by that. And then we spawn our player in. He gets our references. Okay. And I didn't swap over again like a goofball, right? No, I did. Huh. Okay. Some objects were not cleaned up when closing the scene. Did you spawn new game objects from on destroy? Yeah, I did. Boo-hoo. Right? And to fix that error, which is not really an error problem or anything, but oh, it's because we're spawning probably Robot Kelly. So it's our, wait, really? He's still, wait, why is Robot Kelly in the scene? He's in the scene right off the bat. No? Yes, no? Then we spawn in our game object, right? Okay, and then we hit quit. And he spawns in. Okay, that's a really weird thing. But he doesn't exist, technically. But he's clearly here, right? I'm not losing my mind. It's on video. Okay, good. But Robot Kelly is not the game object that I'm toying with. He's here though, so he's just not in the scene. So clearly we have some form of bug going on. So let's go back in our awesome script stuff, okay? And let's try to figure out this kind of silly bug, okay? And I kind of probably already know how to do it. Is if, oh, I don't think I can do this. If editor yeah, I need the editor namespace for that. Oh man, that's so bummer. Is playing. Okay. I know you can do an API of is playing for Unity. Is the application playing? Animation, audio source, movie, particle, editor. Editor playing thing requires the editor namespace, doesn't it? Okay, static function. This is an editor thing. Import editor. No, I don't want that. Editor application. Yeah. Okay, I want. Oh man, this is all editor stuff. That's so terrible. I don't want editor stuff. I want regular stuff. I want regular stuff. Okay. Also see is playing. I don't want editor. Application. Okay, I'm officially confused now. absolute URL. Genuine install mode is editor. Application is editor. And you do not need the namespace. Okay. Yes. But that's not going to give us what we want. Ah, what? Okay, is playing? Is that what that is? Application is not playing? Ooh, okay. So if we're in play mode or something like that, it won't do this. Alright, that's what we want. Alright, so we're going to do if application.is playing, then we do this stuff. So let's see if Robot Kelly gets dumb and still spawns. Because that is kind of a dumb thing. Dear Robot Kelly, go away. You're a pain in the bug. No. Okay, so Robot Kelly's not there and stuff. Bam. Alright, he doesn't get instantiated. Oh, well, we didn't turn the health pack on. So, we got this. Okay, and if we exit, he still gets spawned. Well, that just sucks. Application. On disable. You work great. You just suck for the editor. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Because it's just an editor thing. And I'm not really going to be, like, really shaky about it. It's just a small error in it. Running background, sandbox, sync bar, no, stream bits, blah, blah. Okay. So, yeah. But it's kind of nice that you... So, Robot Kelly, you need to go away, bro. Boop. So, our life system kind of does work. It works, but, you know, it has its issues, but they're not really, like, game-breaking issue. Because, well, I look at it this way. If you're an editor and you, like, you know, exit play mode and stuff, yeah, you'll have game objects that shouldn't be there, but you're an editor. That's an editor error. In a actual build of the game, it wouldn't do that because everything will be deserialized and you just go, bloop, gone, goodbye. It actually would not even matter. So, bug, no. Not a bug that I care about anyway. Solution options. Okay, so we're going to code, possibly. And I'm looking at solution. Startup project, version, general. A bin. Release. Okay, build. Code formatting, C# source, custom. Okay. No. We'll be fine that way. I don't know. So, yeah. We have that stuff. And that all works just the way we want. So for the next day, how are we going to do some form of managing of our weapons? All the weapons that the player could possibly have. Well, I know how to do it from a dictionary. That would be easy. And then just have them on disable, on enable. Really easy. Our gun itself, I think I will be doing a get and set for that. Because if I do it that way, I can have one function that does all the sorting that we need. So when I set the game object, it will start the coroutine, but I can pass in the value and then have it do all the stuff that we actually need. We actually kind of started it already right here. Our gun value thing actually kind of does what it already needs to do currently right now. We play the tape, the animation to take the weapon and put it away. We add the weapon to the dictionary because it is a new weapon. We yield for the animation to, quit and all that. The gun that we currently have, we will be setting to false. Okay? And the gun that I currently that I'm passing in, my next gun will be equal to gun. Okay? And then we set it active so that it does its active animation, which it already does exactly what it kind of already needs to do. But one thing, we need the player to have a reference to transforms for all the weapons, which is what it actually needs to do anyway. So yeah, we need a transform reference so we can parent it to somewhere and put the location of where we need to go. So yeah, definitely one of those things. Okay, definitely one of those things. Okay, and we have liftoff of in our health, no. Weapon, yes. So, in our weapon, we definitely want a you'll never need to set this ever. Private weapon trends. Okay, that's what we're going to call it, and it's going to be a transform, a big one, not a small t. Okay, and we have a weapon transform. All right, and this will do all the stuff that we need it to do. Well, kind of, sort of. So alright, so we'll have that, And we're doing a setter, so return dot value, and every time we add a weapon and stuff, we need to make sure is next gun dot game object dot set active. We need to make sure that it's false right off the bat, okay? Because we don't need any of these weird like polygons showing up on the screen. You know, the weapon's there before it actually is there. So and we will probably also need it to have another serializable field, and what this will be is a vector 3 drop point. And what I'm thinking is we could probably use the same location for when we instantiate and then we parent our objects to where they need to go. We need this to have a permanent reference, you know, type for a vector 3. You know, like, okay, where's the weapon start off in its hand, in what vector. We don't want to hard code something in because, you know, we could always need to change this or vice versa for each different weapon because, you know, every weapon's different. But we're going to need something anyway. So we're going to make a drop point variable, and we are going to do next weapon dot transform dot set parent. Okay, and we will set this parent to our weapon trans. Okay, now we have a reference to a game object, which makes it very easy for us to make a location thing for us. So next weapon dot transform dot local position. We need local position at this moment equals our drop point. Okay, we're explicitly saying, hey, drop it at this vector all the time. Now, a lot of times people will just do a new vector 3.0 or vector 3.0. I want to be able to control where it goes and where it needs to go. So I need a variable to do the job. So every time the weapon spawns in, I want this position on the local axis of my weapon transform. Okay, so what this means is it will be local space versus world space. So if I'm sitting there looking at the ground, if I did it in, you know, world space, it would show up and it would look all weird because, you know, you're looking down, so your gun's right there, but you change weapons, guess what? You're going, hey, awesome. Let's just make it spawn in a completely different location and then have it lerp where it needs to go. Totally sucky. So, nope, definitely not going to do that. Don't care, ain't doing it. Okay, so we have it going to a space, we have it parent, okay, and we have it false, and this will turn it back on, okay, the gun transform, It's already done its animation, so yeah, it's done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything that we need it to do for the weaponry. Now, I have it do new wait for seconds every time it does that because it's a put away speed, and every weapon is going to be different. And you're not going to be, well, you could possibly, uh, yeah, you could possibly need, you could be cycling through weapons like really, really fast, but memory wise, I don't think it would be an issue because this is only going to work on your PC anyway. If you're doing multiplayer or something like that, you're just going to be doing the animation part anyway. You're not going to actually be doing what you probably think. We could have this do this in the animator as well. It would be very easy. Very, very easy just to have the animator do all the setting and falsing stuff. Very easy to do. Because what you do is you put the game objects into the scene and you animate them going on and off. Okay, very easy to do. It's like child's play. Okay, and then you parent the model to the game objects that you just animated to set active and vice versa. So yeah, very easy. We're just doing animation. I like to animate all my guns, like on the actual thing anyway. So you know. So we have game states. Alright, so this is actually pretty much done. Everything that I wanted to achieve today is pretty much done. Okay. That's awesome. For the most part, that's pretty awesome. So weapon data. Okay, so how are we actually, oh, that's right. That's the thing that I did not actually even bother with yet. Is when we set the game object, we don't change the weapon maker data. Okay? We don't actually even change that, and that's rather annoying. So yeah, that's rather annoying. So how are we going to do that? Changing the weapon data might be a deal breaker. Well, no, not really. It's not going to be a deal breaker because we can do it, but while reloading is done, it won't let me do anything else. That would be fine. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty easy to deal with. I don't know. I think I'm getting hungry anyway. Because we also have the animator too. Ooh, yeah. Because we got to change animators too. Yep, yep. So we got some work still to do in this script. Which, we can make this a lot easier actually. Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, that would, yeah. Very, very easy. We have the coroutine do all the work very, very simply. because that's what it's there for. The coroutine does its job. So I'm gonna go get some food. Food. And we'll come back to probably the tower defense project or probably this. Who knows? Now, because of I probably want this enumerator can do all the function that we need. It'd be relatively easy to stop as well. Update, we won't have any weapon update stuff go on when it's reloading. We can do a simple check for that. That would be relatively easy to do. And reloading would be a bull anyway. It would definitely be a bull. So our actions will be very pleasing on that. So yeah, definitely there. So we'll get some food and we'll probably come back to this very easily. So don't worry guys if you missed it. It'll be archived and all that good stuff.